Hello, it's Jen from Tiny Tree Hugger. I am here to contrast a couple more carriers to help you with your decision. Not which one is better or worse, but just what the features are to help you decide which one will work best for you and your family. I am trained with the Center for Baby Wearing Studies, the CBWS. These are just my opinions on these carriers from using them and working with them. Always follow the instruction manual that comes with the carriers, and this is just my opinion. So today I'm going to talk about the Free to Grow Tula, and excuse my neighbors here, hopefully they won't be too loud, and the Lillebaby Complete carrier. Now, I have to talk a little bit about the Lillebaby Complete carrier first before I can contrast them, just to explain which one I'm talking about, because there are many different types of Lillebabies. So, the Lillebaby Complete is describing this structure of carrier. All of the Lillebaby Complete carriers basically have the same features that I'm going to talk about. Within that category, there are different types. For example, this is the embossed. There is the all seasons. There's the original. There's the organic original. So I'm kind of including all of those when I talk about the Lillebaby Complete, even though I have an embossed here. They basically have the same structural features. Now, the Lillebaby Complete is different than the Lillebaby Essentials in the way it can be used. So right now, I am just talking about the Lillebaby Complete and the Tula Free to Grow. So I hope that's clear. So let's talk about some of the similarities. Both carriers can be used essentially from birth to toddlerhood. That depends on the size of your baby. Approximately 7 pounds to 45 pounds. That is the weight restriction on both carriers, 7 pounds to 45 pounds. Both carriers do not require infant inserts. They have different mechanisms that allow them to work for infants. Let's see, what other similarities do we have? They can both be worn on your front with your little one facing you, and they can both be worn on your back with little one facing you. Those are the only two positions for the Tula Free to Grow. The Lillebaby Complete does have other positional options, which I will talk about. They both have hoods. They both have pockets in slightly different places. So maybe I'll just move on to talk about the differences. So, as I said, the Lillebaby Complete. Now, it does come in different types of packaging. If you see it in one of the boxes, generally they have these pictures on the side. You probably can't see what these pictures are, but it does have 6 possible positions that it can be used in. So as I said, on your front, baby facing you, on your back, baby facing you. They also would differentiate between the first few months, what position baby would be in, around 6 months what the position would be in. You can also do a hip carry with the Lillebaby Complete, and then the back carry. So the way they differentiate it is newborn, infant, toddler, all inward facing on the front. And then it does have the option, they say from 6 to 18 months, of doing an outward facing position, as well as a hip carry and a back carry. I hope that was semi-clear. So those are what they call the 6 positions. I can show you a little bit more about that. A couple of other differences. It does have this lumbar support on the back, which is just something that the Tula Free to Grow doesn't have. It can be removed, and it does need to be removed for changing into different positions, for changing the width of the panel, I should say. So that's just kind of an added feature. It does also have this head support. And then in addition to that, it does also have a hood, which I actually have removed right now. But both hoods are removable. So the what they're going to call the infant setting is this setting that it's in right now. So to take it out of the infant setting, I would open this up and I would loop these onto each side of the carrier and snap them on to go into the widest setting. Now I would have to take the lumbar support off to do both sides, so I'm just going to show you at this point. So it's a similar width to the full size width of the Tula Free to Grow when it's in its widest setting. So it just has the two options of the narrow and then the wide. I'm going to just put the baby on in my Lillebaby at the moment. So we'll do an infant in this Lillebaby. So I'm going to put it on my hips. I'm going to put my buckle through the safety elastic all the way through. Make sure I hear that click, and then I'm going to tighten it. Now again, where this is going to sit is going to depend on the height of baby. So this particular baby, position them here, take a nice wide hand, lift up the back panel. I'm going to walk my hands up, do up my top clip, support baby, and tighten. And baby's legs can fully bend. All right, so now my baby is a little bit low in this position. I cannot see either of their ears. So what I would need to do is roll up a little receiving blanket to go under their bum so that they were sitting at the appropriate height. So they can still bend their legs all the way. We need to be able to see their ear at the top of the panel here. And I can kiss the top of their head, so that's good. So this panel I have down at the moment. If baby was to fall asleep, I could put the panel up to support the head. I could also use the hood. Often I would use the hood, because I have this panel, excuse me, I would use it if it was sunny or windy or something, just for a little bit of extra protection. You can see my lumbar support here. I find that very comfortable. Similar back placement as the Tula Free to Grow. Now I have lots of straps here, and that is because I have two-way tightening on the arms of this Lillebaby. So in this position, it's generally easiest to pull forward on these straps. I could also pull backwards. I have it at the tightest setting right now, so I'm not going to be able to show you the difference there. So that is another difference. With this particular type of Lillebaby Complete, I have a big pocket here. That is the one thing that is slightly different between the variations of the Lillebaby Complete. I know this is a little confusing. There is a bit of a smaller pocket on the All Seasons, but for the most part, the Lillebaby Completes have a big pocket here. Okay, so this is my infant inward facing front carry. As I said before, I would need a little pillow or rolled up receiving blanket under this baby's bum. Now, this would also be the position if I was to carry They recommend 6 to 18-month-olds in a forward-facing position. I would also need to have it in the narrow position. Even if baby is big enough to have it in the wide position in the inward-facing carry, I would still need to put it in the narrow position so that baby's legs aren't splayed behind them. I personally would not recommend this position for a long period of time, especially if baby's going to fall asleep. You would want them to have you to lean on. So if baby's kind of looking sleepy, I would recommend having them face inward. But if you would like to face them outward for a short period of time, that is possible in this carrier. As I said before, to be in the wide position, we want baby's legs to be able to fully bend. So this baby probably wouldn't be able to fit in the widest setting quite yet, but a bigger baby could be in the wide setting as long as their legs could fully bend, and they can also be on your back in that position as well. Now, to do a hip carry in this carrier, I'm not going to go through because that's a whole nother process, but it involves unsnapping the arms, which is another difference between the Lillebaby Complete and the Tula Free to Grow. So that is a whole nother video of how to do a hip carry, and also the different ways to get baby onto your back. I'm not going to go through right now, but those are mainly the features of the Lillebaby. So I'm going to just take this baby off. I'm going to loosen up my arm straps here while supporting baby. Supporting baby as I unsnap this. And then we are free. So let me just put on my Tula Free to Grow, and hopefully you're still bearing with me. The Lillebaby Complete has a lot of features, and they might work really well for you. Some people do like the simplicity of the Tula Free to Grow, so if that sounds like good to you, then this may be something that you like. So if you haven't watched my video about the difference between the Tula Standard and the Tula Free to Grow, I will show you again the way to narrow the base with the Tula Free to Grow is you unsnap and you cinch it in. And it has 3 different settings. So it has the most narrow setting, a mid setting, and then the widest setting. So for this baby, I think I might actually just stick with the mid setting, but there is a narrower setting than this as well. So I'm going to position this a little bit high on my waist just because this is a bit of a smaller baby and I want to be able to kiss the top of their head. I'm going to bring this all the way through my safety elastic. Make sure you hear that snap and then tighten it up. This is a newer Free to Grow. This is the soar pattern, in case you're wondering, the birds. So I can always check if I'm at a good height once I have baby on. So positioning baby on my chest, nice wide hand, pulling the panel up, bringing the arms through, following up to do up my back clip. And then I'm going to support baby while I tighten up. Okay, so I have chosen a good position on my waist because I can kiss the top of baby's head, but they're not right in my face. And also this baby can fully bend their legs. So the other difference here, I do not need to put a blanket under this baby's bum because the panel of this Free to Grow can extend, but it can also shorten. So right now I have it in a good shortened position so that I can see this baby's ears and see their face I know that they can breathe properly. And so I have this hood again. This would be what I would use to support baby's head if they fell asleep. I can snap it up here on my arms. And the pocket here is on my waistband. So I can wear baby in this position on my front facing me from 7 pounds to 45 pounds, or until baby's usually about 2T pant size. They will fit nicely in the widest setting. I can also wear baby on my back inward facing. So if there's one thing that you take away from this video, the Tula Free to Grow is much simpler. It can be worn in 2 positions on your front and on your back, and the Lillebaby Complete can be worn in multiple positions on your front, forward facing, hip carry, and back, just to try and simplify it a little bit for you. Oftentimes it does have to do with the fit on your body, how it fits you. As you can see, I don't have this one on the smallest setting, and I did have the Lillebaby on the smallest setting, so you kind of have to feel on your body if it's going to tighten to a comfortable position for you. And I also find that the panel on the Tula is a little bit bigger than the panel on the Lillebaby without the head support, but a little bit smaller than it with the head support. With the head support, it's bigger. Now I'm just confusing you. So hopefully that is helpful, some of the difference between the Tula Free to Grow and the Lillebaby Complete. Now remember, the Lillebaby Complete, that includes the embossed, the all seasons, the original organic in the Lillebaby Complete soft structure carrier. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm Jen from Tiny Tree Hugger. Hope you have a great day.